The desire to live a spiritual life with a sense of meaning is calling me. But how would one do this in today's world? Usually when people use the word spiritual, it has connotations of mystical and magical, and that's sometimes alienating for more rational people. But I think a true sense of what we mean or what we're getting at when we say living a spiritual life is to say that we acknowledge that there's this qualitative dimension to being us. Sometimes it feels fresh and spacious in the morning. There's sensory perceptions we really enjoy. We're elated and happy. And then on other days we feel groggy and tense. We feel sad and worried about the future. These are all different qualities, but very real realities to what it's like to be us. And I think in spirituality, we identify that it can feel different ways, and we strive for the immensely brilliant. We might not have philosophically thought about it like this, but isn't that what it means to live a spiritual life? Is to recognize that being us or being others has potential. So when I think about my spirituality, it's about moving my conscious experience towards the sublime. And I think when we convert that quest to these practical terms, it becomes much more accessible to live a deeply spiritual life, because if what we're pursuing is the sublime in our experience, well, now we just have a bunch of practical questions. In the modern world, what it means to live a spiritual and meaningful life is to look at the continuum of our being and see that every moment we are, in every circumstance, shape and form that takes place, we have an opportunity to reflect, examine, investigate, and move towards shifting the experiences we have in each of those moments towards a sense of sense of the sublime. So in the beginning, in the context of today, our spiritual journeys don't have to look too esoteric and alienating and strange for other people. It might begin with looking at how we spend our time and reflecting on if that's how we want it to be. And then very practically, what are the movements we can make to transition to the space or the qualities of how we want it to be or dream of it being. It might be reflection, it might be reading books, it might be watching some videos, it might be listening to our instincts. I mean, obviously you can get very nuanced and refined in your spiritual journey, but off the top, to make it simple, I keep it practical, I keep it pragmatic, I go with the things that are obvious to me. What change can you make today? Which you can make today, it's easy to make, and it will do majority of the work to transform your life. Perhaps, on the meditation channel, I might as well say it, perhaps meditation will improve the quality of your existence, but perhaps eating some more fruits and vegetables will do 90% of the work. I think that's what it means to behave skillfully. Perhaps removing some negative relationships from your life will do a substantial amount of the work towards transforming your life. Then that's the spiritual challenge for the day. How do we ever live a spiritual life? We identify our experiences and then we transform them towards the sublime. We give ourselves permission to say that's a valuable thing to do, and then we do our best to do it. Sometimes it's hard, but we do our best. And we remember that's the equation, identifying moments and making them better. That way we can't get stuck in making it too mental. Oh, maybe I should change this and change that. Because we can always identify that experience and say, oh, actually overanalyzing isn't something that makes my life better. That's just a tiny little point, because some people can get stuck there. Your life has meaning. It can be wonderful and amazing. What else are you doing with your time? Sometimes in life, we become convinced that valuing arbitrary concepts like work and making money are the thing that we're supposed to do. We work, we make money, we have a family, so that everyone involved, all the conscious beings in those interactions, feel more wonderful. Every meaning in the world is about transforming conscious experience. You have a responsibility, if you are alive and you want to be alive and you care about anything, to value your life and how you feel, and value the lives of others. Thank you for this most important life conversation. If we're gonna be alive, this is the conversation that matters. I hope you have a lovely, peaceful, and transformative day.
If Sonam Hani has helped you, please consider supporting for the benefit of others. Establishing a base engagement is the biggest hurdle for new ideas.